What is up, everybody? So there's a new documentary on Netflix called Web of Lies, The Deadly Hoax, and the first episode is about Tyler Barriss. Now, this article is from theCinemaholic.com and is linked in the description below, so you can go have a view for yourself. Now, the first episode, like I said, is about Tyler Barriss. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison for swatting. Now, what swatting is a criminal harassment tactic of deceiving emergency services into sending police or emergency service response team, including SWAT, to another person's address. This is triggered by false reporting of a serious law enforcement emergency, such as a bomb threat, murder, or hostage situation, or a false report of a mental health emergency, such as reporting that a person is allegedly suicidal or homicidal and may or may not be armed, among other things. That's the definition online on Wikipedia of swatting. Now, Tyler Barriss did this a lot, and one of them actually ended up getting somebody killed. That's why he is serving 20 years in prison. If you're unfamiliar with this story, here's a little recap of what happened. In 2017, Tyler Barriss was a 25-year-old homeless man in Los Angeles, California, who made quite a name for himself in the online community. He already had quite an extensive criminal background, with charges of domestic violence and time served for making false bomb threats in LA County. In fact, Tyler was even wanted by authorities in Panama City, Florida, for calling the emergency services to fake report approximately 30 bomb threats, and in Canada on charges of fraud and mischief for harassing women. He did this a lot throughout different places in the United States. If you watch the documentary, you will be absolutely blown away by how many times he did this and actually got away with it. Now, on December 28th, on behalf of an online gamer who wanted to swat another online gamer after losing a $1.50 bet. All of this happened over $1.50. They contacted Tyler Barriss, who contacted the Wichita police using a voice over IP and free Wi-Fi. Upon getting connected to 911 in the area, he told the dispatcher that he was at his home in Kansas, where he fatally shot his father and was holding the rest of the family hostage at gunpoint. Tyler went as far to ask if officers were coming, claiming he had poured gasoline all over the house and was thinking of setting it on fire. What an absolutely disgusting human being. The Wichita Police Department members made their way to the address Tyler had provided. There they surrounded 28-year-old Andrew Finch. The father of two had absolutely nothing to do with the Call of Duty game or swatting, but as he was exiting his house, an officer fatally shot him. A trigger-happy officer in Wichita, Kansas, shot this innocent man as he was leaving his house. Now, this story actually reminded me a lot of The Girl from Plainville. If you're unfamiliar with that story, it's about Michelle Carter and how her boyfriend killed himself. Now, she was found guilty of assisting him to kill himself because the text messages going back and forth. Now, she physically didn't kill him, but she didn't help him either, and after her boyfriend had decided not to kill himself and get out of the truck, she coaxed him into getting back into the truck, where he eventually killed himself. So she was charged and sentenced to jail time because of that. Now, Tyler Barriss didn't actually pull the trigger that killed this gentleman, but if he didn't call in this fake swatting, the gentleman would never have been killed. I believe that both people should be held responsible. All of the people involved should be held responsible. Tyler Barriss, the two online gamers, the gentleman that pulled the trigger for no reason. There were other police members there that didn't pull the trigger. This guy allegedly, apparently, clearly had a itchy trigger finger, pulled it, and killed this innocent man for no reason, which then caused a couple of people to take their own life because they were sad, upset, having a terrible time dealing with the tragedy of what happened to this person, and they sadly took their own lives as well. Just an absolutely horrific situation all around. Now, Tyler Barriss was arrested in Los Angeles on December 29, 2017. Then he was extradited to Kansas, where he was indicted on charges of involuntary manslaughter. In the months that followed, additional counts of false information and hoaxes, cyberstalking resulting in death, making threats of death or damage to property by fire, interstate threats, conspiracy to make false reports, a wire fraud, and 46 additional other charges were also levied against Tyler. On November 13th, 2018, Tyler pleaded guilty to a total of 51 federal charges. He agreed to serve 20 to 25 years in federal prison and pay $10,000 in fines and restitution. Once released, Tyler would be on supervision for 5 additional years as part of his plea agreement. He states, "If I could take it back, I would, but there's nothing I can do." Tyler Barriss told this to the court during his sentencing hearing on March 29, 2019. "I'm so sorry for that." He ultimately received 20 years. Now, at the age of 28, Tyler Barriss is incarcerated at a federal correctional institution in Phoenix, Arizona. He's scheduled to be released from prison on January 14th, 2035. So that's the update on Tyler Barriss. He's still in prison until January 14th, 2035. He should get life in prison. Andrew is not getting his life back. Those 2 other gamers also deserve the same situation, because if they didn't contact Tyler Barriss, this wouldn't have happened either. That gentleman, that innocent man that had absolutely nothing to do with it, would also still be alive. Such a tragic, horrific, disgusting situation that occurred over $1.50. It's mind-boggling, disgusting that this happened. Anyway, check out the documentary. It's on Netflix now. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments below. Hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you again soon.